Tune in to Prophet Kwaku on Galaxy Radio, the only de-brainwashing station. Vudum.
Hotep, Itepe, Ineke, J.A. Senabe. You're in tune to New Brand from People's Talk Show, live on GalaxyAfeewit.com. Inside with the Prophet Medute, Mudubafo, to the ancestors who fought the enemies of Mama Africa for the last 6,000 years. Mudubafo, to our ancestors who died in the many mangameses, whose bones lay beneath the many seas, the many oceans, the many rivers, the many lakes, the many swamps, the many deserts, the many trees that they were hung at, the many graves of this world we honor and venerate, and we will never forget you. Mudubafo to the ancestors that when they were taken into captivity, kidnapped to put on concentration camps, escaped and set up their own colonies. To those who could not escape, to those died trying to escape, to those who chose not to escape so others could escape, and to those that when them escape, never forget others, came back and freed their brothers and sisters. Madasipa for your sacrifices. We honor and we venerate you. Mudubafo to our ancestors, them that survived that Middle Passage, those ancestors that survived the tyranny upon them plantation there, those ancestors that died for you and me. We honor and we venerate you and say, Madasipa for your sacrifices. Yes, in tune to New Brand Free Talk Show. Ashe. Oh. So we are running to now.
We don't give because we have much. We give because we
know what it's like not to have. Tell them.
Family. The Nubian family. Our family. The African family. Tune in.
Tell them again, Dr. Abo.
Because we have much. We give because we know what it's like not to have. Our family. The Nubian family. Our family. The African family. Tune in to Prophet Kwaku on Galaxy Radio, the only de-brainwashing station.
Listen up, crowd of people. Straight talking and no flinching. Right now you're locked on to Nubian Forum, the People's Talk Show with the Prophet, Brother Kwaku. So if you don't know, well, get to know. Tell a friend for tell a friend, and tell that friend for tell another friend. Brother Kwaku. Listen up. A long time now the heathen them forget slow. We demand human rights. We cry out for justice. Government law enforcement, you can't be trusted. Drawing your guns with your bayonets, but now you're busted. Retaliation chant my nation in response for your killings. Our Black Lives Matter. Look at my brother's blood you splatter. Demean and disrespect our sisters. To our children they are mothers. Our Black Lives Matter. You hate your bigotry, we will shatter. You think that slavery is still there? Mad intolerance is now my master. It's now my master. Mad intolerance is now my master. Brother Kwaku. A long time if you burn them out, not true.
True, Mikey.
Over you. Michael Gordon sing that. Just zame.
Well, I really had to do it. I had to do a jingle for him. Now if you big up him name, Kwaku, him a carry the swing. Hey, I really had to do it. I had to do a jingle for him. I miss it without a doubt. You know who I'm talking about. Hey, I really had to do it. I had to do a jingle for him. I miss it without a doubt. Kwaku, him no stop run the route. Well, this is Tipper Iron. You know, some of them for the Nubian Forum Talk Show. With my brethren Kwaku. Keep it locked.
You in tune to New Bern Farm People's Talk Show, live on the World Wide Web, inside the Prophet. What them say? The chickens are coming home to roost. Kahoo. Feed. What him say? The thing, you know. I want to say, Madubafo, the Sir Light father. Move on this week here to the ancestors. Sir Light, hold tight, you know. I saw your little thing when you broke down. Playing them tunes your old man used to play to you. My brother, big up yourself every time. And Commander B, I don't know if you're tuning, you probably listen to vibes, but no watch nothing. You ask the ancestors them to watch over you too, you know. Big up yourself. Have a best health recovery. I'm going to hospital for one thing, now them say them have the thing. Hold on. Want to send some dedication out to Commander B and Commander B's family. Commander B is in hospital at the moment. And we just want to heal you up, Commander B, and know, say, boom, libations is with you. And our hearts are willing you to get back together. Healthy, you know. Him never going to the hospital for the thing, you know. Him going to the hospital for something else. But we as him have the thing. So we'll watch out for your commander, you know. So it's big up yourself. Elder Des, no say, from Nubia, our libations are with you. Sir Lied, your father, move on to the ancestors, and that was an emotional tribute to give to him. So big up yourself every time. See? And to anybody else who's have loved ones who's moved on. I mean, the month is nearly a year now. The 30th of this month will be 1 year my brother move on to the ancestors. Look how time move. So big up to my family, the Clark family, them big up on yourself every time. Have you yelling up, you know? So the thing out there. And what a thing a go on in a Washington, D.C. Eh? DC stand for damn curse. You see what I deal with? Where Trump come with something different and come with the one thing. What did I say? Say wasn't gonna do it, you know. You in true to New Bern Farm People's Talk Show. Live on the World Wide Web. Me up on the Facebook, Kwaku Bonso. You see a hang, just log on. But we decide to make a tune about the thing. Man, sir. And listen without a doubt. You know what I'm talking about. Say, some say it is a hoax. Some say the virus is real. But no matter what we think, me a canning on me. Say, cause who can hear them if he feel? Tip up, big up yourself. You see, I wasn't gonna do it. Hotep color. This is a sad situation. I feel sorry for it. Hold on, tune up play. Hold on. Now we're gonna do it. Say, but we decide to make a tune about the thing. Brother Naya, where you say?
Bumbo clot.
No, brother Naya.
Sorry, let me call back.
No, brother Naya. No, you need to apologize to the listeners for those vile words you just used.
Bridget, let me call back.
No. Apologize to the people or don't call back.
Listen, because your thing is beyond the times, brother.
You gonna apologize to the people them for what you just said?
Apologize.
All right, good one. All right,
by the tune.
All right, what you want to say?
Let me call back.
All right. Yeah, that was brother Naya just messed with me in my full floor. See? All right, now I'm going to just give out some numbers now. The text number and the WhatsApp number, just to make me know. So you log on, you tune in, and you're watching, and you're going to get involved, is +44 if you are abroad. If you are abroad, is +44. Yeah? Big up yourself, Makai. Rise up yourself every time. See? +44 73 77 92 0703. That's +44, and then you drop the next 0 07 377 92 0703. Send in your text, send in your WhatsApp, and then I'll read them out. And the live link number, if you want to interact with the show, once I start, me not take no live caller right now, this moment in time yet. Just let me just bubble and go on for a while. It's +44 if you're abroad. Drop the next 0, 02 07 193 07. No, we matter 193 0174. That's +44. Drop the next 0, 02 07 193 0174. Things are hot up in the United Snakes of the Americas. Yeah? Things are hot up out there upon them. See? And we know, black people, we know, if it was any one of we, any movement, right, that did come out, black movement, and storm, you wouldn't even get for storm Capitol Hill. Yeah? Big up yourself, Carl Grant, every time. You wouldn't even get to storm Capitol Hill. I mean, know some of my brethren too bad, you know. I'm sure I'm going to bust a lyrics on that, you know. Must do. Yeah? But hear a jingle from him.
Yo, this is Too Badder, and you are locked onto galaxyoftheory.com, the only de-brainwashing station in the nation. Empowerment for our young generation, upliftment for the community, and the future prosperity of our people. You come to the right place. Prophet Kwaku, galaxyoftheory.com. Too Badder said that.
Man say,
Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away.
Woy! Voila.
We have much. We give because we know what it's like not to have.
Me I tell you, say,
Family.
me have the habit tonight, Azania Jem, big up yourself.
Our family.
Big up to all the African black people and out there worldwide.
The Prophet Kwaku.
Rise up to honor every time.
Video.
See?
Only
Yeah.
debriefings.
African Coalition Council, big up yourself.
Voodoo. Voodoo.
Big up to all the organization them out there.
Don't give.
We don't give.
We have much. We give,
give
because we know what it's like not to have.
What him say?
Our family.
What?
The Nubian family.
We what?
Our family.
What?
The African family. Tune in to Prophet Kwaku on Galaxy Radio, the only de-brainwashing station. Voodoo.
Run away, you know. You know, sit down in a concentration camp, you know. We chop up massa. Who say?
Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away.
Chop up them boy there. Hold it. Prince Malachi, hold on. Hold on, the Prince Malachi. We no sit down in a concentration camp, you know. We chop up jailer, you know. Dismantle them. And go and set up our own colonies. That's why we there today. And we must honor and venerate them ancestors. Every moment, every time. Whether it rain or sun or shine. We have to raise them to the heights. Because them make we can there. And chat with things. You have some me? You around circumference, radius, ectagon, triangle, parallelogram, stand where me I say. I them man there. And woman. We for rate up watch. You know say imperial greatness. Marcus Messiah Garvey. Eh? That we are deal with, you know. We don't know play, pian thing, Ras Janai. Big up yourself every time. See? We don't run away from no boy, you know. And sit on a plantation and cut no corn. And no banana and pick cotton. Me come from the rebellious African. That's who me come from. So I want you to know that. Hold on upon that and just know say. Me come from the rebellious. No behavior. Can't be tame. Yeah? Don't care what them do. Them can't broke eye spirit. You don't see it. So that we are deal with. We are the runaway. If he's a runaway with me now, send me a WhatsApp, send me a text, send something from the Facebook, send it out. The prophet, there, fire tonight. Run away. Pull up. Empress on our hold tight. See you upon the Facebook. What say? Away the river Nile flow. Hold on. I want to hear this meditation, you know. Can you see this thing here? Is a man enough people don't big up, you know. Yeah, Prince Malachi, you know. Bust out tune from ever long, you know, higher. One of my favorite reggae singer, this, you know, this brother here. Hear him. We burn out, cramp and paralyze all Eid and them. You know, see them lick down. Them red. Capital Hill. If you do more than that. Yeah. Rebellious, you know. You know what I'm saying? Where? Round about the garden. Away the what?
No authority pay us for this or that. We the family do
all of that.
We build the temple.
I've know thyself. Sing the tune. Let me say. Great Prince Malachi. That me I say. 07377920703. Quincy, my brother. Big up yourself, right? Condolences, my brethren. Rise you up on your papa. What me say? Over in my own heart beating silently. I've met many more soldiers on my way. I will if I was soldier them drop out, you know. What am I say? I'm glad to be a free man. Remembering all the patriots who died along the way. Everybody sing with me. Anyway there. We say, run away. One flash me not here now. Alright, say another Prince Malachi. What we say? Let us take some time to meditate. We should communicate. Right, send your texts, your dedications. Rise up the ancestors them. Let me know on the tune you ever on the day. Who want to tell everybody the prophet depend the www.galaxyafiwe.com. Come on, say. People need more justice. Way down in the streets, it's only true. What am I say? Forward we go, forward to the light, and just like the star that shines.
Like not to have our family, the Nubian family.
Dr. Abu, big up yourself. Anyway, you're there.
The African family. Tune in.
To who?
To Prophet Kwaku.
When?
On Galaxy Radio.
Where?
Only the brainwashing station.
Oh.
Voodoo. Because we have much.
Big dedication go to everybody who are tuning in. Wifey, hold tight. Carolyn, big up yourself. Lionel. What, my brother? Tunel, big up yourself every time. School friend. Can't forget you. Burn some fight in the night, you know. I'm going to mash up Facebook on me, you know. But I'm going to feel no weird. Revolution we are dealing with, you know. Where did we go wrong? Get on the road of righteousness and peace. People need more justice. We need justice. Yes, it's only through the faith that we survive. Forward we go, onward to the light, and just like the star that shines. I love meet this brother, you see, man. And just like the end of time. Runaway Rush Tunel. Like Bailey used to play in a band. I used to play in a band with him. Who want to meet him, you know? Pat hold tight. Oh, yeah, Luton. Yeah, me know some from Luton. Quincy, pick up yourself. Gebra. Nana Kwabena. Rush John, I hold tight, my brother. People need more justice. Where? Way down on the streets. The lockdown program, this, you know. So makes no fun of your tuning, you know. Ramp up on yourself. And just like the end of time, the same. Oh Lord, Jaja.
Because we know what it's like not to have our family, the Nubian family, our family,
The galaxy. Only through the listen what man say. Forward we go, onward to the light, and just like the star that shine. Hey, one of my favorite tune, this tune here, you know. See? Prince Malachi. No more want to get them number, you know. I want to write the number down, you know, because I want to talk to you tonight. And in the morning, anywhere you're there in the world, whether you're there in Mama Africa, whether you're there in the Caribbean, whether you're in the United Snakes of America, South America, Central America, North America, Canada, Australia, Europe, anywhere you're there in the Yuka matter. We want to roll up in this show, you know, because we want to burn some fire. See? In the night, yeah. Give me some energy, if you give me some energy. You understand me? So the text number and the WhatsApp number is +44 if you was abroad. Drop the next 0. 07 377 92 07 03. I repeat that. You can text or you can WhatsApp on that. But don't send no WhatsApp video or picture car. You might can send a picture, but the video we can't play it. So car that not set up yet. See? So it's +44 if it's abroad. Drop the next 0. 73 77 92 0773 0703. And if you want to interact with the show, call in, give your views, help to Africate us as a people, share some of your knowledge. It is +44 if it's abroad. Drop the next 0. 2 07 193 0174. And you're in tune to Nubian Forum People's Talk Show, live here on Galaxy Afiwe.com, the only de-brainwashing station in this nation. And we all on with deal with Fiwe relation. See? And we always have a mind for the CJ Dan, me can't take your call, you know, King. See? I don't want nobody to call me private number. See? CJ Dan, me know say you're there. But I can't take no private call because I'm there live on the Facebook. See? So when you come in, you know, you cut out the Facebook and I want to see the people them. See? And I hear the people them I say. So we're there right now. And I'm going to play this tune in the background because I love it so much. Yeah? And I want to keep it in the background, you know, because we have seen some interesting footages of what's transpiring in the United Snakes of America. Now, if we remember correctly and know our story, we know that our beloved ancestor, El Malik Omawale El Shabazz, aka Malcolm X. You remember when Malcolm X said, when them kill President Kennedy, and he said the chickens was coming home to roost. He said that because it was white people that killed President Kennedy, and so he said the chickens was coming home to roost, and he was vilified and silenced by the nation. And at that time it was elder ancestor Elijah Muhammad. And nearly 60 years later, where we say the chicken has come home to roost again, right at Capitol Hill. But my question to you, my people, is this. We know, we're not saying if it was, we know that if it was Africans that was demonstrating and talking about them going to march down Pennsylvania Avenue to Capitol Hill to storm the barracks, you would have seen body bag like dirt out there. And you know the irony of it, a lot of the people that would be shooting down black people would have been black police officers. And this is the angle I'm looking at it. Because how was it that the thousands of white people, white men, and some of the white women, I remember I think 2 white women get shot and dead. How were they able? That would be like us marching and being able to rush Parliament and take it over. We know of an incident where some white people went into Parliament, but there's no way we as Africans would have been able to do it. It would have been a bloodbath. Since George Floyd dead, there's been 89 other murders of black people by the police force in United Snakes of America. I remember when that happened. And I said back then, and I will say it again, he wasn't going to be the first, and he sure as hell wasn't going to be the last. And there's been 89 since. In all different areas. I think one of the last one with them do is a man live in a suburb among some old white people. And then one of them well-to-do area there. And them a neighbor call because of some noise. And they come shoot the man down in him yard outside him house. This is what's happening in the United Snakes of America. So when them raid Capitol Hill, and remember, them arrest the leader of, what them call a group that do something boys, them arrest him because him fly into Washington for that demonstration. So it was a planned demonstration, and it was the president of the country, the present president at the moment of the country, that organized that. You understand me I say? That was a coup d'etat. It was an attempted coup d'etat. You understand me I say? Right? Nadsby, big up yourself. Mikey, Mickey, oh sis, oh my sister Michelle, you're tuning. What? You're tuning for me the Facebook. Maybe you can call him and make we know what's going on out there. But we know definitely if it was African people marching. Well, we know because when them have the Million Man March, them they have snipers on the roof. They had the territorial army in the waiting and thousands of police. We know that when Black Lives Matter marched down there, it was the same thing. So we know we would have never get that close. Never. And Biden come out now, and Biden burn a fire underneath him. See? And me and them a talk about them want to impeach him and things like that. But personally speaking, even if they went down that road, I don't think anything would happen to him. He would wiggle him way outside. But you never know. See? You never know. I knew that when they impeached him the first time that nothing was going to happen to him. It just makes good news. You understand me? But this could be the straw that brought the camel back. Maybe they might make a Kiki whole time, big up himself every time. Maybe they might impeach him, who knows? But this shows you, and bearing in mind, this man, a 74 million people vote for him, You imagine 74 million people voting for you. Imagine if you had 74 million people that was tuning into you. Imagine if I did have 74 million people that listen to me on GalaxyAfriWith.com and I tune in and me beg everybody a pound. I'd be a millionaire in a day. If me just ask all of them to just donate a pound. Imagine that. Him have 74 million followers. And some of them are black people too. You understand me I say? So, my question to you this evening, now that we see that the chickens have come home to roost, and that there seems to be confusion in the world superpower, as them call it, let us not get our eyes off the ball here. Because sometimes, you see me as a man, I think out of the atmosphere. I always feel that the European is up to some kind of skullduggery. Because him is a trickster. And I don't trust him as far as me can see him in government. You never know, this could be something to sideline from this whole covert thing here. Because my cousin, wife friend, take the injection and she dead. She dead. No, she collapsed. She dead like dog. My cousin up in a Birmingham, in brethren take it, drop down sick. They're not telling you what's happening with this covert thing. I'm a survivor of whatever it was out there. I'm a survivor. I may never take no vaccine or nothing. I did what they told me to do. I washed my hand for 28 seconds. And that them tell we if you do. Wash your hand for 28 seconds. So I'm going to open up the line them now. And tonight you can talk about anything to do in our world. Bring me information and things. Are open show tonight. For bonfire and all types of things. Because I can talk forever. You understand me? Just want to send a shout out to my brethren Quincy. Condolences to losing your father also. Gone on to the ancestors. I know exactly, or if you was as close to your father as I was to mine, then I know exactly how you feel. You understand me? And Sir Lied, big up yourself too. I saw the dedication you did to your father and them thing there. It was beautiful. You understand me? And don't feel no way if you ball tears for your father, because me love my daddy. Until now, me love my daddy. I me think about my daddy every day. Me think about my daddy and my brother. Every single day. A day don't pass. I'm not think about my brother and my father. Them is in my libation every morning. Pour libation to them. I remember them. I venerate them. And I will never, ever, ever forget them. Remember me tell you. You understand me? So me have some text and them thing. I'm going to get my glasses out. Because we have glasses in the studio here. Sit down in the studio. And let somebody move it. Oh, somebody move the glasses now. Come. The glasses, them sit down here and see it. Yeah. Right? So I'm going to read out. Read out. Yes, me wear glasses. Me wear glasses because I get on in a life. You understand me? I say. So let me read out some of them texts here. Well, I know. Let me read some of them texts here now. Runaway Rush Tunel. Big up yourself, Rush Tunel. Every time. Rise up. We have left our elders to defend themselves from the thing. Truly. Sister Lazuli on board there, ship from Peckham. Big up yourself, my queen. And them thing there. Great Kush, lock on, blessed. Big up Great Kush. I got Kush TV that. What am I going to call her? Come in, Hold on. Otep caller. Where your name and where you call from? Well, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Yes, sir. Greetings.
Yes, greetings, my brother.
How are you?
Well, I'm there, I'm fine, I'm there, I got through,
All right, we give back.
How the brother Kwame to say?
Boko, nothing. So, this pandemonium was not to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
People were warned, right? And I'm talking about the black people, you black fools out there in this country and in America that said Trump was a good man. And now people in America that actually voted for the man. We saw this coming because his actual reaction or his election was a reaction to 8 years of a black man in the white man's house. I'm going to repeat that again. Trump's victory 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago, yeah, was a reaction to a black man in a white man's house. That was black people. So let's not get anything about it, right? That White House, another area that you saw on the television, right? Capitol Hill, right, was all built by black people, yeah?
Yeah, we know. Yes, yeah, for real, we know that.
Yeah. To those that don't know, and that city that you saw, right, was actually designed by a black man called Benjamin Banneker. But like I said, his victory, right, so-called victory, was a reaction to 8 years of Obama, yeah? Because white people, right, let's cut the crap out about, they didn't expect a black man to be president of America, period. They didn't expect that, right? And secondly, right, they didn't expect him to get a second term. They thought that, it was a fluke, in 2008 was a fluke. Right? So even when he won 2008, on his election night, beloved, on his election night, right, the Republicans sat in the hotel on Pennsylvania Avenue and said, you know what, we're going to make sure that this nigger only gets one term. So they planned from day one never to give Obama more than one term. Because that was a fluke. Right? But
Obama was such a good slave that they gave him another term.
But here what, right? And this is where the combination of today started from. So when Obama got the second term, right?
It burned him. It burned him.
Yeah, but I'm saying that there was a split in the Republican Party after that. So you had the ultra wing, that's the Tea Party wing, and then so-called Christian, what is it, right? They gravitated now to the Trump side, right? After Obama won re-election, okay? Because people out of that, right? Particularly those Southern cowboys or rednecks, right? They
yeah, but hold on, one second. Not all of them are rednecks, Some of them are look middle class European them, see the girl them kill.
Yeah.
The girl fly down from wherever she fly down from for come down there. And them shot her in her blouse and skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2 women them kill, innit?
Yeah, 2 women killed, man. Yeah.
4 or 5 of them dead.
Right? So, but so that became the split, the Tea Party element and the so-called Christian element of the Republican Party split and went into Trump's camp, right? Because they were of the impression, right, that Obama's victory, right, or the re-election of Obama, right, saw the end of quote-unquote their country. So basically, when they were seeing Obama put all these black faces in, supposedly, in positions, right, so you had citizen rights, you had, other black people, who were given positions by Obama, and some of these white media people like Fox News and like some of these right-wing channels in America, they were saying that our country's been taken over. Right?
Let me do a bit of correction there before you continue. They saw what they thought was they losing the country them stole, not their country. And it's not their land. Them thief
quote unquote, their country.
Yeah? And we must, because I see, Brother Kwame, when we talk about their country, we are legitimizing them, that where them thief is for them. So we always must tell the truth. It's not your country. It don't belong to you. You are a foreigner in the land of the native people of that land. And you are a thief. So nobody come tell people about your country. Yeah? You're a thief. You thief the country. It's not your country. You thief it. But continue, my brother.
What is it? So they were of the impression that what Obama was doing, right, was taking their country away from them. So after he got re-elected, right, between the 2013, right, and when Obama left office, right, there was a massive right-wing ultra right wing narrative being given now that this man is taking our country, he's putting people there, and blah blah blah, they don't like it. And coupled with that, right, you had also.
Yeah, 708. Can you put your phone on mute? I don't want to hear your private conversation while somebody else talk. Yeah, go on, my brother.
Right, so with all that as well, right, you had the demographics of America changing, right? So there were more black and brown babies being born in America than white babies, and in a lot of states, Texas, the South, you know, like Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi. Those some of the states that are becoming majority black states.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, certain elements of white America, we're seeing that their country, in quote, was being overtaken by so-called immigrants, right? So this all poured fuel onto the Trump thing. So when he was seeking, so when he put himself down for president, right, in 2016, right, there was already a sway of white middle class and also low class white people that were determined to vote for Trump come what may.
Mm-hmm.
It was either him or Hillary, right? So who would you vote for in that circumstance? A lot of white middle class people, particularly women, hated Hillary, right? And a lot of also white lower class male hated Hillary as well. So that's why they voted for Trump in 2016. And unfortunately, some of our own black people, I think about 10% or 50% of black people in 2016 voted for Trump.
Yeah, but you know what, Brother Kwame? That doesn't surprise me. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it doesn't surprise me, Brother Kwame. Because what we have to inner around circumference, radius, hectagon, triangle, parallelogram stand, that in the Civil War in the United States of America, black people fought on both sides.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. So you're always going to get some of our people them that's going to work for the benefit of some of these people. We know this. This is why we end up where we're there. See? But all on the I think it's Brother is that Brother Chunel? Carla 763 763 763 never come true. Continue continue brother Kwame.
Right. So when during that election campaign, right, he was saying make America great again, yeah?
763. All right. The caller who just called, put your phone on mute. Anybody who call in and them don't put them phone on mute, I go and lock them off. Put your phone on mute. I can tell whether your phone is on mute or not. All right. Go on, Brother Kwame.
Yeah, so during the election campaign then, Trump took the state's ball by having the slogan, make America great again. So that slogan, which is code for make America white again, that touched a lot of white people, particularly those middle class bigots and those from the South as well, bigots as well. That kind of felt them, yeah, because obviously they thought that their country, their quote unquote their country, was being taken away from them. So by having that slogan, make America great again, right, it was telling them subliminally, right, that I'm going to take back your country. Your country's been taken over by these blacks and brown people. It's been taken over by these liberals. It's been taken over by big business, yeah? So he made himself, right, like the champion of the working class, particularly the white working class, like you have in this country with Nigel Farage, and you have in Italy with Salvini, and you have in Le Pen in France. So that right-wing populist fervor began to take shape in America.
All right. Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Brother Kwame. I'm going to bring in the other caller in a minute. What do you think would happen to him? Because I'm saying that he can be impeached. I'm saying that the vice president can activate the Article 25 of the Constitution and remove him from office. What do you feel would happen?
Check this out. People don't know, but he's got immunity. say nothing happens to him. He's got immunity. Every president, right? So within that constitution, right, there's an immunity, indemnity clause there, right? That if it doesn't matter if you know you've got to do treason before they impeach you, or before they get you, right? So
yeah, but wouldn't you say? So wouldn't you say the action of invading Capital Hill, what we saw there, would you not say that was treason?
Well, that's for us to decide. I'm not a lawmaker, yeah? And we know their law is bogus anyway. So it's up to those who, you know, run the law in that country to say if, right, what happened yesterday was treason. But listen to the media, that didn't come out treason. But ultimately, he would say and defend that I didn't call him out. I just put a tweet out. If I put a tweet out and, you know, 85 people come, that's not my fault. But ultimately, like I said, under the Constitution, you know, there's the indemnity clause that he signed. So he's immune from any prosecution.
Hold on, Kwame, hold on. I think somebody is that somebody on the Facebook talking?
Hello?
No, just hold on. I got a text to read. Nothing happened. Nothing happened to him, but afraid. Cause prosecution, I wait a New York when him done, and Washington. A president, him want the presidency. It is the protection it provides him, prosecution for for his crime. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. He actually thought, you know, that he was going to win a second presidency, you know. Yeah. He actually thought. So, all right, go on with that. Brother Naya.
Yes, King. Can I speak, please?
Yeah, of course. Go on.
Yeah. Listen, forget about them people, yeah? These people have been on our normal life, yeah? When you go out you can't go out to the shops, these people are following you, yeah? And what it is, the command, let me tell you something, right? We are paying them for these things. That is my gripe. We are paying for our own demise.
Are you talking about the lockdown that is happening now?
I don't give a monkeys about that.
No. Hold on. You're making reference. Hold on, Brother Naya. You're making reference to something that you're saying we're paying for our own demise. What is it that you're making a reference to? Are you making a reference to the present day situation that we find ourselves here in Britain, where the Prime Minister locked down the place? Is that you're talking about?
I'm talking about that, yeah, because you're only reason, but you're only seeing about that now, yeah. But there's certain of us that had that same lockdown, so we don't business about that. No, come on, man. It's the same. Listen.
Yeah, but Naya, look, with due respect, Brother Naya, I don't mind allowing you to have your say, and I did say is open. You can say what you want, but you have to make sense when you're talking. Cause me ask you a question, but me no know where you say. Me can't work out where you say.
What I'm trying to say is that what you are dealing with is normal circumstances.
Give thanks, yeah?
Okay, I'll take.
Give thanks, I'll take. Well, brother, who's laughing in the background? Put your phone on mute. All right, Berjak, are you there? Berjak? All right, Berjak, him gone. Who that? Brother Ade?
Yes, Kwaku, you okay?
Hey. Bowani.
Adupe for Ledumare.
Dadani, Ebuluwa.
Yeah, I'm here.
Ebuluwa.
Adupe for Ledumare. I'm just greeting you in Yoruba. They're called Happy New Year to you. I'm still in the Lagos, just talking to you from Lagos. So you okay, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
I understand you, the London, they're on another lockdown. Is that correct? And well, it doesn't, generally, what is going on in the world, I say in Europe, I mean, it doesn't, it's funny all these companies brought vaccination out, it's all about money-making projects. It's about money-making. Because what is happening, I understand from a qualified good doctor, he says it's nothing but a serious flu. It's nothing but a flu, a serious flu that compromise people who are not well,
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you something. I don't believe it's the flu. No, there's definitely something out there that's killing off people.
Yes.
Definitely. There's no if, no buts about it.
Yes.
Right? There's something out there.
And it's southern Kwaku, the southernmost part of our continent, known as Tanzania, people are dropping like flies there. I saw one of the international program earlier on where they put in the finger of one of our brothers' nose there.
Yeah, that's the Zungu, isn't it?
Yeah, they were putting finger up his nose, and he was just shaking his head. His eyes were not buried. There was another African they show. He was just shaking his head. He just stood on the spot. You see, when they put things up your nose, that's you see. That's what another way to get access to our diamonds, what they go down there, not to kill our people. We have to be wary. If anybody listening in Tanzania now.
Man, you know why they put their finger up the nose? Because nobody ain't talking about this. But this little thing that they have around you, it makes your nose itch.
Yes.
Yeah? And it goes up in your nose. So they know where it's lurking. But they're not telling people.
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah. Hold on, I'll bring you in. Just hold on a second. Let the brother done talk. I want anybody who's not speaking, can you put your phone on mute, please? And I will bring you in. With due respect, yeah? Right? Yeah, brother Ade, go on.
Yeah. I mean, he just I just saw him shaking his head. His eyes was all blurred. I don't know what his progress, whether he's passed away, but he didn't look very good. They were just, I don't know. You just have to be a bit more wary. I would have thought the people of Tanzania would have learned after all these years that the Wazungu man, the white man, don't have an interest at heart. So that, the idea.
It's.
Over here where we are, the medical officers rejected their vaccination. They said nobody's.
I remember, and I think that's one of the greatest things that Nigeria did. But hold on, the brother Ade. Let me bring him, brother Berjak. Berjak, they call him Berjak.
No, it's not Berjak.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm looking here.
Yeah. Go on, Berjak. Talk quick.
Now, I just heard about it yesterday, about this thing, because I think it's one of the subjects you're talking about, the news what's happening in America. And basically, they're saying now that this could get very worse. This could get a bit more out of hand. Now, it's not ended now. Extra riot police are guarding it. Extra thing, but it could get out of hand. But what I do feel sad
I don't understand. I can walk anywhere I want.
Naya, you're quite disrespectful, People talking and you do that. So I just cut you off, Naya, because you need to just respect the place. Go on, finish, Berjak.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that this could topple into a thing, because I think some people's intention want an American coup. And then there's already some articles already saying that some dark forces want to start an American Spring, a European Spring, and a World Spring, because they did the Arab Spring well. So now they wanted to put into thing. When the spring
this won't be an American Spring, it'll be an American winter.
Europe. No, and then a European Spring. That's what they said.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we're in winter.
Articles.
So if it kick off now, it'll be a United States winter. Not a spring. Yeah, that's how I say, Berjak.
They wanted to kick off chaos and disorder in Europe as well. So when that happens, then how are all the disabled people, the black people, everyone will get affected, especially people like me. will be affected, because in the spring, that's what they said. They want to kick off a European spring too, so that they can depopulate people in any way they possibly can. So this is all an attack. This is all an attack. It will happen, and then we'll see who survives, and it will be the survival of the fittest. That's what all I have to say. And I don't want to upset anybody else, but I'm actually talking the truth. I don't want to lie. I can't lie. You know, I'm not.
I know. That's your opinion, Berjak, and you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah.
You're entitled to your
that's
opinion.
What I want to say.
Give thanks, then, Berjak.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
Bye.
All right. Was it 965? Your time.
OTEP, C-boy. So
OTEP. OTEP.
Big up Kwame and the rest of the crew that's on the air, and big up yourself. It's good that you actually talking about this, the America thing, and it's important that we can elaborate on it, because it's an eye-opener, because I'm glad that I lived to see this. You understand? I'm glad that I lived to see it. Number one is, look, Africa needs to wake up and realize what is happening. All the African countries. Yeah? It's an eye-opener. Saying, this is democracy that America seems to want to control all over the world. And there's an election going on in Uganda. I don't know if anybody know about Bobby Wine and what's happening. Yeah, absolutely. And what it is, the American and England is sponsoring Bobby Wine.
Yeah.
I don't think we realize what's happening there. Yeah. So let's not take our eyes off the picture right now, because see what's happening. See, the Trump thing is about white supremacy. Yeah. And as I said to you, he's looking out for his own. And it's about time we look out for our own. It's so important. There's also a big thing going on in Tanzania with Magufuli, where the Chinese are down there sponsoring a few things now, right? And they're doing it on a film regime, as far as I'm concerned. He's giving the orders, to be honest. So we need to take a eye opening on what's happening in Tanzania, because that's the wake up call as well. We need to support what Magufuli is doing. It's a lot he's doing. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I leave Kwame to come in. I'm going to sit back and listen, and can elaborate on what is happening in America. But it's an eye opening for everyone right now, and we need to concentrate on the motherland right now. Definitely.
All right, then, Brother Kwame, you can come back if you want.
Yeah. So when Trump was elected, that was the culmination of populist right-wing politics in the West. Because obviously you had Brexit in 2016, a few months after that, a few months before that, and Trump was elected in November of 2016. And then obviously you had in Europe as well, you had like people like Salvini and Le Pen, winning populist votes in Italy and France. So Trump's election in 2016 was like...
And right here, Boris Fulson.
Yep. Yeah, but Boris, no. Boris wasn't elected in 2016. He was still an MP. Was obviously Theresa May, 16. Yeah.
Yeah, but then there was an election, and he won by a vast majority.
Yeah, that was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that 19 or last year? I'm talking about 16. So that saw the populism, at its helm with Trump in the White House. And then obviously, this mantra that, I'm going to build a wall to get Mexican immigrants out, and then some of his utterances about black people. You remember when he talked about those 6, so-called women of color? I think there was 2 Somalis or 2 Africans, and the rest were like Latinos and one mixed race. About if they like it, leave America.
Yeah, but you mean the African woman is in the Senate?
Yeah.
The Senate,
yeah.
The Senate lady there, yeah.
Yeah. So all these managers, right?
And remember what he said about Africa's full of SH1T.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, that's another one. So all that was giving his constituents, bigging them up, right? And
would you agree then? Kwame and the people I'm on the line, that Trump winning the election was almost like the English getting their joy to leave the European Union?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because that allowed a lot of bigotry to raise its head again.
Yeah, because that had been sort of kept on the lid when Obama was in power. But when Obama left office, right, the lid blew up of that white bigotry that had been contained under Obama, right? So white people, they puffed on their chest. Now this, and went out to vote for Trump in massive numbers. So he actually had a huge majority over Clinton.
Would I come in there, brother Kwaku?
Yeah. All in the brother. Did you finish, brother Kwame?
No. But you can carry on,
yeah. Come in, brother Ade from Nigeria.
I mean, look, the Trump is a creation of Obama. It's part of Obama's legacy. Because whatever Obama did in the last 8 years while he was there, he's mashed up for everything. Mashed it up. He's the creation of Obama. But I'm sure that people are not aware of. Yes, it's definitely the creation. It's because of Obama he won in the first place. Why would he accuse the man? And he was elected under the umbrella of Obama, who was an American. He must be privy to information that me and you. Although I personally think Obama wasn't born in America. He was born under the offshore in Hawaii. Okay, we should believe he was an illegal president. I mean, so that was elected at the back of that. After saying such a thing, which means that it's far from that is true. I mean, I'm not a Trump fan, So, I mean, they stopped me the Senate yesterday or early this morning when we heard the news. I mean, it's not a surprise. He won, all right, yeah. He didn't win the popular vote, but he won more electoral votes. And in fact, a lot of Africans voted for him, more than that voted for him this time than they did 4 years ago. To be honest with you, as racist as he is, he's created a lot of black businesses in America. He's not privy to the black market. Cannot defund the police.
I've got to be honest. I don't know about that.
Well, ask the people. I've got
if there's people in the United States of America that's tuning in, if they want to call in and verify that, then please do.
Okay, I got cousins in Alabama. I got cousins. To trace my roots, to trace that answer way back to Alabama, other area, Tacoma, other area where the boxer comes wilder. And they were telling me that the life is slightly better. Obama didn't do nothing for them. Oh, yeah. Obama did nothing for them. So this is what increased Trump's vote in the last election, where he got a lot more votes than the
yeah, but what are the things that Trump did do? That's what I want to know. I don't live in the United States, so I don't know. So tell me, what are the great things he did for black people?
No, I'm not saying he did that, but from the information that I get, that a lot of black businesses, small black businesses, they develop, especially in the Deep South. They come up. People are apart from the Black Lives Matter situation. No president is privy to that. No president can defund the police. They cannot defund the American police from killing, especially our people. So I think you need to, if people down there listening to you, maybe they could phone you, especially...
Yeah, because that's what we need. So let me read out a couple of texts here. On the Facebook, Stephen Grant said, yesterday was a big day. It coincided with the Maroon Celebration Day, 6th of January, the day they signed the treaty, and Kojo Earthstrong peace treaty with the British was a smoke screen for them. And that was it. It was a smoke screen for them, that's what I'm saying. Yeah? Was a smoke screen for them to continue them wickedness. Seeing, big up every time to one and all. Well, as far as I'm concerned, Kojo was a traitor. And that's how me see, Kojo was a traitor. Because Kojo and Imanani did follow because of that treaty there. Where the first treaty that him signed, there were several treaties, but that first one there, him signed. And what a part of the treaty was for them to, they agreed that they wouldn't raid the concentration camps no more and take our people them. And if any of our people escape from the concentration camps, and went to any of their enclaves, they would return them. So, you know, and then they also work with them to capture people. So, you know, I'm not really in them boy there, so to speak. We have some very shady things that continued amongst our people. Hold on, we have hold on, Carl, I'm going to bring it in. I just got some texts and some WhatsApps to read out. Greetings, I'm tuning in, Brother Black, Otep, Jobless. And that's coming from 050. See? And then we have Rise Up Beloved, the two-body recording, outright, like it's trembling. All right. That's that. That was Sister Anoa just advising me about something. Otep, Rise Up God, lock in, lock on, one amen. And then it says, Otep Prophet from Runaway, Kwaku Sharon X. From Runaway, yes, big up yourself. I don't know what that is, but hold tight, Sister Sharon. And then we have, I said, don't send. You're sending all these pictures and these things. They don't videos. We can't really view them. Them can't play on the system. Well, yes. So which call up me over here now? Hold on there. I'm bringing in. Yeah. Hold on the. Go on. Ade. Then I want to bring in 821.
Okay. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. I mean, you know. See what I mean. We got into this situation. I mean, the legacy of Obama. Obama doesn't have no legacy there. He doesn't have no legacy. The man has destroyed everything he stood for in the last 4 years. And let me wonder, you know, some of our listeners, right? This is not the last we're going to hear of the man like Donald Trump. This is not the last. And it's possible. I hate to say this, that he could come back in 4 years' time because America's.
Well, if he is still alive in 4 years' time, looking at him, don't look like he's going to be alive to me.
I agree with that, man. I agree with that.
So I mean, because if I did this situation before, another president who was put out of office, then he came back 4 years later on, one of the presidents from back in the time, you know. So it's possible. So this is not the last we're hearing of him, you know. So you see, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong, but because he's a businessman, he just left Africa alone. He even said the aid to Africa, they're doing good. He's satisfied. Well, he cut off aid to the palace, he cut off all the aid to everybody else. But
hold on, may have somebody live on the WhatsApp. I mean, the Facebook. You want to say something? Who's that live? Oh, them gone off. Sorry. All right, Ade, let me bring in 821. 821.
Rise up, prophet, straight black pride, straight African pride to you, the guys' family, Brother Ade, and Brother Kwame. How are you before you? And guys, how are you guys in this new year?
Thank you, Brother Jeff. Yeah, nice to hear from you. Nice, Brother.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Prophet, your question is very topical. Ade is correct. At the back of what Ade is saying about Donald Trump. See, Donald Trump, no matter what he says, Joe Biden is far, far worse. Trust me. Donald Trump, for his rhetoric, Donald Trump has done more for black businesses than Obama put together. I can confirm what Ade said. Donald Trump, despite his rhetoric, his inflammatory rhetoric, Biden is far worse. Biden, the warmongers, like Kamala Harris, the warmongers. If they win the presidency, there'll be war in 3-4 years' time with China and Russia. Trust me. These two are maniacs. Biden and Paris by the corrupt deep states. They want to create endless wars. That's why they want them in power.
What I always say, Brother Jeff, that none of them are our friends.
Correct.
Long as we're doing their bidding, it's fine. Make we start do something for ourselves and see how them switch.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Of course.
So I don't trust any of them. It's about us galvanizing ourselves, organizing ourselves in organizations and movements to elevate our people. That's what I'm about.
Correct. Oh, you're correct as well, but this understand me at this point. We're not endorsing Trump. We're not endorsing.
Big up Paul Maddox. Rise up yourself every time.
Yeah, we're not endorsing him. No, we're just saying the facts. The reason why I want them out is for a reason, because For the last 4 years, there have been no wars on his watch. Unlike W.
Well, them want wars because wars allow them to steal people's resources. Winston, my brother, big up yourself every time. Long time with him, I not see you. Send me your number, because I did that talk about it the other day. Sorry about that. A live radio, this, you know.
Yes, that's it. You go with the flow. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying for that. What I'll do, about was it yesterday, the invasion of the Congress, Capitol Hill, good. See, Prophet, chickens will come on to roost, so you said, the chickens will come on to roost. So that's in courts. What it is, Prophet, Trump won the election, but the corrupt courts are protecting Biden. Don't send courts protecting police that kill black people. So what comes around? You defend corrupt judges, and at the end of the day, they're by in your ass too.
You know what, Brother Jeff, I asked a question earlier, and nobody answered the question. I'm going to ask the question again.
Yeah, please, I'm here.
How were they able to get inside and get so close to Capitol Hill, knowing the type of people that was coming there? They knew they were coming. Because they were up the road.
That's right.
Upper Pennsylvania Avenue, having them rally. And him son was riling up the people them. And the ex-mayor Giuliani. Yeah? Him gonna rile up the people them too. So all them get so close. And I know nobody answer me that question. Hold on, I'm read out them texts here. Bonafire. Bonafire upon the wicked them tonight, Kwaku. Fire to see. I'm good to see you back on Sister Shanice's YouTube show. Yeah, with Sister Shanice's YouTube show Wednesdays. It was good yesterday. I enjoyed myself. Rising the whole Capitol Hill fracas was Hollywood fam. Paid actors just playing their part in one new world agenda. Trump was selected just as the others before him were. It's all business. The global elites want to reduce the melanated population by any means necessary. They own our collateral damage. That's true. And they will use all the manipulative psychological mind games to distract the melanated race of people, especially colonized Africans. C-19 is a smokescreen. Radiation poisoning from 5G technology is what's attacking those with compromised immune system. The real virus is inside the vaccine. The Great Reset, divide, conquer, race war, economic crisis, staged alien invasion, indirect forced vaccination. It's a long text, you know. The final stage of the one new world order is to heap confusion in the minds of those that claim to be conscious of self. Know thyself. And that's coming from Nene Kutu the First. Big up yourself. And this WhatsApp is runaway African who has stood in the Crown Court in the city and made master judges sweating of fears after him. I remind them that there was a piece of Hitler in every white person, Kunta. Trump has a lot of support in Nigeria, as I met many Nigerians that have stated they love him. And as he said, that Africa was a shithole place. Self-hatred is high in Nigeria. Yes, go on, continue 8 to 1.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the question you raised.
My apologies, please. My apologies, Jeff. Let me read out the numbers. So the text number and the WhatsApp number is +44 if you're abroad, and you drop the next 0. 73 77 92 07 03. You can text and you can WhatsApp on that number your comments, etc. 073 77 92 07 03 is the text and the WhatsApp number, and the live link number if you want to come live and you want to come and Africate us and just jelly in and have a reasoning with we. The number is +44 02 07. Drop the first 0. +44 02 07 193-0174. Yeah, continue, Brother Jeff.
Yes, sir. Yeah. The question you asked, Prophet, was a very important question. Now, Prophet, I can answer that for you. The police were complicit in the invasion. Allow me to elucidate. So watch it on YouTube, the initial invasions, and the police will open up the barriers. They let them in voluntarily. That's complicity. So the police let them in, Prophet. Because I think, Prophet, some of the police have the same mentality as the rioters. So it's no wonder they're complicit. We should be surprised. That's why, Prophet, the police let them in. You see, on
Brother Jeff, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think you hit the nail on the head. Because a lot of them man there. Because a lot of them police, a lot of them soldier, them vote for Trump. A lot of them did.
Exactly. And that's a lot of people ex-military as well. So that's mindset.
And to tell the truth, I don't know if the panel will agree with me, but I don't feel say Biden I go last. And big up yourself, Bev. I don't feel say I don't believe say Biden gonna last the term, Cause him look sick.
He is sick.
Yeah.
Cause me see my walk and it's like him came walk.
You got sick, man. I mean.
Yeah, Prophet, let me go offline now. Let me go offline. I'll listen off here. Brother, it's great to see you, brethren. Prophet, thank you for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
I may call again. Let me listen offline to the wisdom. Big up to you, Prophet. Always usual. Big up on Thursday, as usual. Big up to you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Big up yourself.
Call back. Thank you. Brother, take care.
Brother Kwaku.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you mentioned that you don't think it's going to last up to 4 years. Okay. But he's very patriotic to his Irish roots, though.
He definitely is. Because me him speech today, and him boss a speech about somebody him put in an office who have Jamaican heritage. Yeah?
Yes.
And then him turn around and him laugh to the him vice president. And him still I try to find an Irish man.
But anyway, so it's already won Britain that there cannot be no border, in Ireland. It's already won them. You see that it's patriot. Even Reagan was sponsoring the IRA.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the other previous presidents that got Irish connection, he was sponsoring the IRA.
Mm-hmm.
B-list actor, an Hollywood actor, and he managed to rise to the top. But you see, they never forget where they come from, these people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's follow their example. We should never forget Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, when we talk about anything, Africa must come to our fore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's an Irishman and he's proud of that. He's elected and he's won Britain that they must, for any deal, for me to do anything, there must be no borders in Ireland. It's pro Boris now, sick Boris. Boris is also on his last leg. Because whatever COVID that he got, it looks like it's still inside him.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see Boris, he looks like a sick man to me.
He does. Another thing that I want to put on the discussion table today is that this week, quite a few African countries decided to drop the borders in terms of trade. How does everybody feel about that? We were speaking about it on YouTube yesterday on Sister Shanice's show.
Yeah, that's another thing what the government are doing, especially they're getting many people who are unemployed. They're going to give them jobs to become maintenance men, traffic warden, and to train them to be to know the highways and things like this is a good sign of progression. That Africa is on the populist movement. The gentleman spoke to you about Bobby Wine in Uganda. I pray in the name of Olodumare that he wins the election.
Why?
He wins.
Why do you want to win?
Sorry?
Why do you want a trade type Bobby Wine to win?
And Brother Kwame, can you turn up your mic? Because you sound very low.
Is this better?
That's better, yeah.
Okay. No, I'm saying that Bobby Wine is stooge on. Bobby Wine is sponsored by Bill Gates. He's also got money from he's actually handled by Lord Robin Rennick. Yeah.
Okay.
It was the same man that handled Malema, same man that handled Mandela after they released Mandela. So I didn't trust Bobby Wine. Bobby Wine is a stooge man. He's a puppet boy. He's been presented as an alternative to Museveni, and he's been presented as an alternative to a progressive Uganda. But you need to check who's underneath him, who's funding him, who's financing him, who's funding him.
But isn't that his stage name though, Bobby Wine?
That's not his real name, a stage name, man.
I'm stage name that, innit?
Yeah, his name is Kanyaka.
Yeah, Kanyaka, Sentamo, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
okay, Brother Kwame, thank you for correcting me. I don't want you to win after what you say, but I don't really know much about him. But generally, populism amongst younger people, maybe not in the elk of Bobby Wine, but in the elk of other people, that populism rise up. The youth are the future leaders of Africa. The voice has to be heard. We finish with the old school.
Who would you prefer then, Kwame? Museveni or this Bobby Wine boy? Yeah? Because Museveni, him not work with them same man that too.
No, I understand that, but okay, there's two things on that. There was a sister, right, that is standing as a Pan-Africanist. I think she's invited to a show about June, July.
Oh yes, I remember. Yes, I remember that sister. Yeah,
right, and
I remember that sister.
She's actually the grassroots movement. She's actually from the grassroots, and there's young people behind her. But because an election in Africa is very expensive, right? I don't think she'll have the money to actually get people to actually vote for her. So I'd rather have the devil you know in Museveni than the devil you don't know in Bobby Wine, because Bobby Wine could sell the country, right? Because Uganda got oil, right? Just about a couple of years ago, right? If Bobby Wine came in, right, I can bet you any money, right, he will give the oil expression, right, to people that finance him, like Bill Gates, like the companies that Bill Gates have, the companies that Lloyd Robert.
Well, to be quite honest, I don't trust none of them leaders, because none of them actually express African values.
No, I mean the only one that does is Magufuli, because he's told, he says sticky vaccine. We'll create our own herbal remedy.
Is that the president of
Tanzania?
Tanzania, innit?
Yeah.
And Nigeria, and I think Kagame, he must say him no want it either.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there's some African countries like Ghana, Kenya, South Africa that are already stuck to it, man. So we have to watch out some of these leaders, some of our so-called leaders, because some of them have signed their name in blood with the enemy, and they would do anything to sell people out. And these vaccines now that some African countries want to get, for me, is the start of a very, very slippery slope, because that's while this nonsense with Trump is happening, right? There's the real agenda. That's the vaccine COVID-19 agenda, right? To vaccinate many black people as possible, right? And now they're coming to Africa. Why are they coming to Africa behind the back door? Right? When the whole African continent, right, has got less deaths than Britain, right? Than Britain put together. So why are you sending us the vaccine, or the virus rather? Because there's no such thing as a vaccine. It's actually a virus in the vaccine. Because again, I related people to go and look at a Times article, but Times of England, not the Times of of Donald Trump, not fake news. This is the Times of England, 1st of May 1987. They put an article out there called "How the AIDS Virus Triggered an Epidemic in Africa." Right? So there was no AIDS vaccine. What they gave was actual virus that caused AIDS. And that triggered the epidemic that we saw. So why is it then? So undercover this one, why is it then that Africa, Ghana, Gambia, Kenya, South Africa, and some other countries, right? Why is it that they've signed up to this thing, man? Why have they signed up to the vaccine?
Well, I've got a theory. Yeah, but let me just read out what this person said on Bev said on WhatsApp. No, on Facebook. Alter Kwaku. They were able to get in because they were allowed to. They were allowed to. Cannot remember her name, but remember the young lady that who by mistake turned into Pennsylvania Avenue in her car and was shot. Yeah, Avenue and was shot more than 6 times. Her daughter was in the back of the car. Yeah, I remember that. I can't remember her name, but I remember that. Big up, brother, brother Professor Kwame from Nottingham. He knows racism as the biggest political clout in the demon world of the white man's democracy. In all fairness, we know where we stand with Trump. He isn't a secret anti-African, whereas Biden is. Biden will have loads of melanated people fooled, just like the Jones plantation. Well, I mean, they're all the same, man. I mean, it doesn't matter which one of them. Yeah.
Check Biden's record. Check his history, man. Look when he came to the Senate in 1972. Check his record, man. He voted. You know that Reagan thing, right? In the 80s, right? That allowed cocaine to come to black communities. He voted on that. He also voted in the 90s. Clinton's 3 strikes and you out. So if 3 strikes and you out, that led to a lot of Africans in America being incarcerated in the 90s. He voted for that. His vice, that Cooley, half Cooley, Kamala Harris, right? She put more black men in prison, right, when she was Attorney General of California than George Bush in the 8 years of White House. Right, and you want me? You want?
Yeah, but but we know. I mean, when we study our story, we know this, and we know them kind of people. When you see them sucking up to them people, and they give them, when you see that they give them these big positions, you know why they give them positions.
Yeah, but Prophet, we're telling our people. Right, so this show, right, is going all across the world, particularly the African continent. So I'm saying to our African people, right, don't be fooled, beloved, by Biden in the White House. Don't be fooled, beloved, by this mixed race African, Indian, whatever you call herself, right, as vice president, because she don't do anything for us, man. She ain't giving us no face, man.
Remember saying, she not acknowledge our pupa, you know.
You know why? Because their father was a black radical, man. He was actually a affiliate of the Black Panthers.
Yeah, he was
many Black Panther rallies. He had a Pan-African ideology.
Remember, is him start up the black
Black History.
The Black Caucus in one of them university there. Can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
Do a bit of research on him.
Yeah. So apart from being a top flight economist, right? He was also a radical Pan-Africanist, man.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Him never ramp.
Yeah.
Him never ramp. But I suppose she doesn't want to identify with him because she doesn't want to identify with people because see what I discovered with a lot of African people that get power in the West, they are so overcompensating for other groups of people just to prove that they're not favourable to their own.
Of course,
and nobody else does that. We're the only people that does that. Don't matter where you find we in the Western world. So we go on.
Yeah, I mean, look at even Obama, right? He had to dissociate himself from Farrakhan. That he's not really a sympathizer of Farrakhan. There's a Farrakhan test that they have in America for so-called black leaders. If you are a friend of Farrakhan, right, we don't want you. But if you dissociate yourself from Farrakhan, yeah, we love you. We love you. Right? So that's what Kamala Harris is doing. Kamala Harris, right, does not want to associate herself with her father because if she does, whether she likes it or not, by implication, they will say that she's a black radical in the back seat. You get me? Right? And she doesn't want that to spoil her career because she's a typical black woman career politician. Just like Councillor Martin, with all due respect to him, is a career politician. The motivator is a career politician. And they'll do the right thing, they'll say the right thing to get elected, right, rather than deselected. And I've seen that first in Nottingham. They say the right thing because these councils. Let me just back a track a bit. How this council things do this, right? So first of all, you are selected, right, by your constituents, yeah. When we do the hustings, right? After the hustings, right, you do the hustings, right. After the hustings, right, you are selected by a panel. Or affiliates, geared to a party, yeah? And you have to have very good quote unquote dealings or quote unquote relationships with those people, yeah? Because they're the ones that select the councils, yeah? Now, if you don't have good relationships with them, right, those people, right, who select the councils can deselect you, beloved. Right? So in order for you to remain at your post, right, you got to do the right thing, say the right thing, or very minimum, to be seen to be doing the right thing. So this is why, right, some of these black politicians, right, don't want to rock the boat. They want to say the right thing at the right time, and they don't be caught compromised. Right? So this is why Kamala Harris, right, is disrespecting himself to her father. Her father is a Pan-African Jamaican revolutionist man, and she can't be seen to even get in a coat of her father's legacy, right? Because the white extremists out there will tell her that you've got a Black Panther as vice president, right? And that would destroy her chances of ever becoming president. Because let's not fool around the bush, right? She would love to become president.
Of course she would.
Right?
Enough people out in there, but not for those people that matter. A lot of those senators would love to be president. Don't matter who they are.
She's got a real no, but properly, right? But she's got a real chance, because like we said, right, Biden.
Him not make the term. I tell you.
He might not make it though, but he may get one term. He definitely get 2 terms. So she's jockeying. She's going to jockey up the next 4 years, right? She's going to jockey up like a jockey. You know what I mean? Right? You know, jockey on the side of the rails, coming up to the victory, right? She's going to be doing that for the 4 years, man. And then when Biden, announces that he ain't going to seek re-election, right? Bam! Right? But here what, right? There'll be somebody after, right? But here what now with Trump, right? Like I said, he can put a clause in himself, right? Because there's even the saying on the media, right? That he's going to immune himself for any further persecution. Any US president can do that. So that's why I said there's an immunity clause that there is in the US Constitution that says any president leaving office can put an immunity or identity clause in himself to escape persecution from power. Persecution, right? So this happened, right? Is that
I don't know. Hold on there. I don't know much. I don't know much about that clause you're talking about. But is that clause for crimes or things he may have done while he was president, or is it that he can?
Everything.
What is it? Things that he's done before that he can say, "Well, boy, boom."
It's everything, man. Right? Because look at give you an example, right? The Ghana Constitution, right? This Ghana Constitution, what that we have now, right? The Fourth Republic, right, is basically a copy and paste of the American Constitution, yeah? Now, within the Ghana Constitution, right, there's the indemnity clause, right, that presidents can sign to, avoid persecution. General John Rawlings is an example of that. He put an indemnity clause, right? That means should he ever come out of power, he will never be tried for all these heinous crimes he committed in the 80s and early 90s. So Trump, right, he would do the same. He will put the indemnity clause on himself so that he escapes persecution. Because if he ever wants to be prosecuted, right, he's facing a long jail term. You get me? Right?
So you know when they're talking about the 25th Amendment,
yeah.
That the vice president can pull upon him and just remove him from office.
That's just to remove him, yeah. That's not to impeach him. That's to just remove him from office. Right? But if you want to actually prosecute Trump, that's going to be difficult, because under that indemnity clause, which is in the Constitution, right, Trump can escape persecution. So somebody, if you want to get Trump right, you got to put a civil case, right? You got to put together a civil case, right, to prosecute him.
So the people of the United States of America can't take him to court.
No.
So Biden was lying in his speech then.
What was lying, man?
Of course he was lying, Brother Kwaku. I mean, he's protected by the amendment. Brother Kwame said that. He's protected. Nothing is not going to happen to him. Like I said, I would not be surprised if he comes back in 4 years' time. Oh, yeah, because there was another populist.
Tony Blair. This country as well has got a clause, right, that no prime minister can be tried for war crimes. Australia been tried for war crimes, even though the Iraqi inquiry, did they find Blair guilty? Did they find him guilty? No, because he's immune from prosecution. Right, Boris Johnson, if he did anything now, right, that was legal, right, he could actually escape prosecution. And like I said, back to Blair, right? Everyone said that war was an illegal war, and there was the people took Blair to court about 10 years ago, right? Because they said that the war was fought on a lie, on illegal irregularities.
And he won, didn't he?
Yeah, he won. Exactly. Because the man covered. He's protected, beloved. And the Freemason as well. Let's not forget, Tony Blair is a 33rd degree Freemason. Right? So he's also a member of the Bilderberg as well, right? So he got away with it anyway. You can't touch him. You can't touch him. And while we're on Trump, right, what also happens, right, is that after today or yesterday, right, the Republican Party with its own Trump, right, but you know what? Trump is standing as independent. I can see Trump standing as an independent in 4 years' time, right? And maybe he may get in again, but there'll be a massive anti-Trump. If he does run, there'll be a massive anti-Trump against him.
But he's got a lot of followers, because he's got over 70-odd million people following him.
Exactly. Let's say even half of those, right, were just wishy-washy, right? You still got about 30 million who are hardcore Trump supporters, beloved. Hardcore, right? These are the working class white ghetto people, right? In those backward states like Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, them redneck towns down south. He's got some massive support in those states, man. Right? So Republican
Georgia.
Say again?
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia.
Is that another redneck state, isn't
it? South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, all them states in the summer.
Mississippi.
Yeah, Mississippi as well. Where they used to lynch black men for fun. Yeah, I mean, them racist, redneck, white, backward, ghetto.
Oklahoma and all them place there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All that stuff, man. He's got massive support there, massive support. Yeah? So, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump comes back as an independent in 4 years' time, because I don't think the Republican Party will want him, and particularly what Trump stands for. So I'm thinking that, Trump will stand as independent in 4 years' time. But I'm not surprised by anything, but don't be surprised if Trump comes back in 4 years' time as independent. But they say that Trump did something for the black community, and that is basically, apparently, he put a lot of money into black colleges and black universities, more than what Obama did, more than what Bush did.
Well, I'd like to know the universities that he did that to. I'd be interested to get that information.
No, but Kwaku, it's factual. It's factual.
No, I'm Brother Ade. I'm not saying it's not factual, I'm not disagreeing with what Brother Kwame is saying, but what I'm saying, I would like to know the universities, because it would be nice to know that information. You understand me? I said?
Okay.
Yeah, because
my cousin is flying down. It's coming. They're coming from Alabama to visit us in Lagos, right, next week. There is a flight, that's operating there. So next Monday, I'll get him to talk. Next Thursday, when your show is on, I'll get him to speak to you. Okay, they're all American. They were born there, So I mean, he will explain to you. And he owns he's got about 10 barbershops in various areas, like Birmingham, like Brother Kwame just said, Birmingham, Tacoma, what's his Tuskegee, all that area, but he say his business is doing well. He said while Obama was there, he said he never got no help. It wasn't the whole neighborhood had no jobs or anything like that. He said, I'm hearing it from the horse's mouth. It's what the blacks tells us we have to go by. We don't live there. We're not. So they tell me that something is happening. Well, it's happening. So I listen to So I'm more concerned about the killing of our brothers and sisters. Like Brother Kwame said, there in the Deep South, it was full of rednecks and Ku Klux Klan men and man in the hood and this and that.
But what if black people live down in them places still, What if black people live down in them, and they're still held in certain subjugation still,
Yeah.
Of course. Because you got the black part and you got the white part. Like those places I mentioned, Birmingham, Tuskegee, Tacoma, it's all black areas.
Yeah.
Right.
So
listen, there was a demonstration yesterday outside Parliament. Does anybody know anything about it?
Yeah, was this the one against the vaccine being mandatory?
Yeah.
I reckon. I'll be surprised that they slipped it on the cover that it's mandatory. I'll be surprised because they're already talking about this thing about passport, right? And one of the brothers that came on the station a few weeks ago said that COVID stands for Certificate of Vaccination ID. So they can be making plans to make it mandatory that if you don't take it, right, you can't travel.
Yeah, but
I do know.
We said that long time. We know that's where it's going.
But
because already you can't travel if you don't take the test.
Yeah, the test. Yeah, that's right.
Already you can't travel if you don't take the test. And if you take the test and it come up say, well, boy, you have the thing.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna tell you, say, well, you can't travel with the thing.
Well, that's right. I mean, because from what I heard in Ghana, I don't know about Nigeria, but in Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, right, we're doing tests. So you need a test here. You need to do a PCR test, right? Even Sister Shanice, she had a test before she left to go to Gambia. So you got to do PCR test before you leave the country. And then I don't know about the Gambia, when you have at Ghana, when you're in South Africa, when you have at Kenya, you got to do another PCR test at the airport, yeah? And you got to pay something like $100. If you don't do it, you won't come into the country, beloved. Right? So if it's happening now, just imagine now, they say probably not this year, maybe next year, but probably definitely next year, that you can't travel anywhere unless you get vaccinated.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Now what's going to black people?
That is the new world order.
Well, this could be it. This is it. And what are we as black people going to do? Are we going to take it lying down? Right? So, are we going to repatriate? Because I think to me now, that's the option now. Because I'm not going to leave the country, right, where I can't fly out, to see my family. You get me? Right? So I'm going to leave this country before they make it even mandatory, before you can travel. You get me? I've just locked down things. I'm just, get my ticket. I'm off. So I'm just biding my time, beloved. I'm biding my time with guidance from the Mary ancestors. I'm biding my time when things down. Right? Maybe May, June, me gone. Right? Me gone. Yeah? So it's at the end of the day, it's about peace of mind, it's about your own health. It's not about money, it's about the survival. It's about self-preservation. We are the only people on this planet, black people, that is. We are the only people on this planet who don't understand about self-preservation. Even the bees, the bloody bee, understand about self-preservation. Right? That's if animals understand about self-preservation. This is why a dog don't lie with a cat. This is why a cat don't lie with a buzzard. This is why a buzzard don't lie with an eagle. This is why an eagle don't lie with a sparrow, because they understand self-preservation. Right? We are the only people, black people, right, who don't understand self-preservation. This is why we want to lie with the white man, with the white woman, with the Asian man, with the Asian woman, with the Arab man, with the China man. We want to live with everyone, not ourselves. Right? But yet these very same people, under the cover, right, they hate you, they hate us. Right? Now, because these drugs, right, some of these vaccines, right, you know where they're coming from? India.
But listen to this. So, some of these drugs, when you look on them, somebody sent me some information this evening telling me that some of the drugs that they're sending out there, it actually effectively says that is not for use in
Africa. Yeah. So,
no, it's not used. No, it's not for use in
where?
Canada, Australia, Britain, United States.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me bring in somebody else, Brother Kwame. Hold on. Let me bring in Brother Carl.
Yes, rise up, Prophet. Rise up.
Yeah, big up yourself.
Rise up to the family. Yes, I heard you mention yesterday in Parliament Square, because I was there. And let me just quickly say my view on what happened in Capitol Hill or the Pentagon yesterday or whatever, etc. Remember, until they get rid of Trump, he still remains the commander-in-chief. And if the difference yesterday was why there wasn't bloodshed all over is because those were Trump supporters that was scaling that wall and raiding the Pentagon. If it wasn't, then he would have simply ordered the police to shoot, and they would have shoot to kill, and it was as simple as that, in my view. To some extent, whilst I put my hand up, as with everybody else, he's not a Trump supporter in any way, shape, or form. But to some extent, he almost used his position to remind the people that the people have the power. Yeah, because if the people as a whole went in, especially in that America, the reason why they have maintained the right to bear arms is so that if their government, whoever is elected, becomes a tyrannous government, then they can rise up.
Tyrannical, if it becomes tyrannical.
Yes, indeed. So that's why they have that is why their amendment right to bear arms, their constitutional right to bear arms, and that's why no president can touch it. No matter how much they just can't do anything about that, because it is their right to have an uprising and that's almost what Trump invoked by turning around and saying what he did. And if under any other circumstances he would have succeeded. Now I agree with you that Biden, he probably won't. But they're setting themselves up for another sort of historical event, because America will more than likely end up with its first, not only, as they would say, black, if they describe Kamala Harris as black, but their first woman and ethnic minority president. Because there's no doubt that she would just take over. If he doesn't last out, then she's just going to become, it's such a rare thing for a one-term president. Such a rare thing.
Could I just come in there? You're right there. There is a chance she could be pitted against, what's Trump's daughter's name? Ivanka or whatever her name. There's a possibility she could be pitted against her. And Trump's daughter will beat her. Oh, yes.
Say it again?
Look, Trump's daughter, the one who against Facebook, she's got no political experience, but she has got a few. She's always in her father. Every time her father is at the table, she follows him everywhere he visits. So it's possible that, as you say, they could have a female president. But during an election, yes, if Biden does not last 4 years, but there'll be an election in 4 years' time.
Yeah, no. I was saying that they won't be. I beg your pardon. I was saying that Kamala Harris, the vice president, Biden's vice president, no doubt will. I don't think. I don't think Trump. I think after this, Trump is finished. In terms of politics, he's just completely finished after this, and his name.
But he's a powerful influence within the GOP, Grand Old Party, the racist Republican Party. Oh yes, he's a key player, a major player, because he's going to have to endorse the next candidate. Remember that, brother Carl. Oh yes, he's a major player.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, as I said, what did it for Trump? What got him out is because if you like, we could say the world media, but definitely since he's been in power, the media in this country has never ever for 1 second supported him, and the media in his own country. So Trump got into power because of his money and his racist platform.
Yeah, and also his contacts.
Yeah.
You think his contacts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's well sourced within the American society. Yes, within our echelon, well informed. People are giving him more. But how did I only know Barack Obama was an American? So they said to him, "Well, this is not what. Try your luck and go and mash up his legacy." And he mashed up 4 years ago. There's nothing left of Obama. Talk about Obamacare. There's hardly anything left of it. That's probably.
I mean, he tried to undo a lot of what Obama, but I don't think he succeeded with all of it. But this is what probably Biden will do with whatever Trump has put in place. He'll probably spend his 4 years trying to undo those things as well. So I think basically, ultimately, my perception is that it is clear that had it been any other circumstances on their so-called pillar of democracy, they would have just opened fire on under any other circumstances, and so on and so forth. Because although their constitution gives them the right to uprise or to uprising, but under the so-called appropriate circumstances or situation. But so Trump just left his supporters to do what he wanted them to do, And as I said, that's the only reason why you didn't see bloodshed all over. One person got shot and killed in. Well, I think 4 people.
4 people dead. 4 people dead.
Yeah, 4 people, yeah. But we all saw the footage of when the woman got shot inside and so on. But we heard the shot go off. So it could.
But I can't just quickly.
Yes.
I feel personally this is my message. This is the beginning of the end for the so-called Democrat. Oh yes, Democrat does not exist no more after what has happened. In America, it's not going to be the same again. I'm sorry. No, it's not going to be the same again.
Well, we watch the space out there, innit? We watch the space, innit?
Yes.
Yeah.
We watch the space, innit? Because we know these things. As one person said on the thing on the Facebook, and someone said, but unlike you all in the UK. We own real estate, restaurants, gas stations, and supermarket. As bad as it is here in the States, we at least own outlets so we can avoid white folks as much as possible. Yeah?
And that's true, because we talk a lot here, but we say, we shouldn't do this, but we've got very few and far between. We need Dennis's butchers all over London, all over the country. Do you know what I'm saying? But we've got one butcher, or that in Peckham here, South London. Now I think there's one more in Lewisham, but right here in Peckham, there's one, and he cannot supply the whole community of black community of Peckham. So yes, that texter is absolutely right. There's a big difference there. But just to touch on Parliament Square, because I was there
today. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about what it was, please.
Huh?
Tell us a bit about what it was.
Oh, so yesterday was basically the protest that they were intended to carry out in Parliament Square yesterday was against the government actually passing laws retrospectively. So the laws that they passed, that they put in place to cover this current lockdown, they hadn't got it authorized in Parliament before doing it. So basically, when they brought in the COVID laws, they're emergency laws giving the government emergency powers to do whatever they want, if you like, during this so-called emergency period. And those laws can be in place up to 2.5 years. Now, so without Parliament voting on it or having a say on it, they brought in this current lockdown. And so yesterday was about getting Parliament to vote on it to make it official. And that was kind of it was retrospective. Do you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, so that's what people were attempting to gather in Parliament Square yesterday to protest about. But I say attempting because, I got there pretty early, or ahead of the scheduled time. And by the time, and again, this was an emergency call out. but the police were all informed, and they were obviously, I mean, they're tracking all of these, just like these, they'll be listening now and so on and so forth. So when I got to Parliament Square, they kind of had circled the square to make sure, and anybody at all. I mean, I was stood up in the square across the road on the phone, and then just by my side, 2 police officers just came and stood to be just in case, and so on. And there were people being arrested for just being out. And I saw so many women being arrested yesterday. It was unbelievable. But it was all about, preventing people from being able to protest, period. So the draconian, remember, protest is our ultimate last resort right. That's what protest is. Protest is when you say, I'm not going to be a slave. Yeah? It's our right, even if it means death, it's our right to protest. And they're saying, no, you can't. That's what was taking place in Parliament Square yesterday. That's what will be taking place. But the people are still determined, and I would say we all need to get out there, because this thing, yes, indeed, they're bringing out this vaccine, and they're making it the way that they are putting it over, whether it be through the journalists, the whoever, etc. They're telling you that you must have this vaccine. And in terms of, I was just listening to Brother Kwame in terms of, saying he's buying a ticket. If we're able to flee from here now, wherever we go, we're going to be a prisoner in that country. You might say, okay, I'd rather be a prisoner on the continent than a prisoner here. But that is the fact, because if it's going to be mandatory here, it's going to be mandatory there. And if you can't...
Talk the thing.
And if you...
Yeah.
Brother Carter, just correct you there. No. Because where I'm speaking from, you go capable epidemiologies or virologies or whatever you want to call it. They with us at us. We value our people's life.
Yeah.
Look, even pepper soup. What they call pepper soup? That is a secret in Lagos. That's what we use. Influenza. Hold on. Pepper soup makes you perspirate, makes you sweat all the nonsense out. Whatever is killing people in Europe or killing people in the cold climate, So
okay, my brother Adi, I agree with you. The only problem is that you'll never be able to. If it's mandatory here and it's not mandatory in, let's say, Nigeria, but you'll never ever be able to come from Nigeria to the UK. It's as simple as that.
Well,
because the access is going to be, have you had your vaccine?
No, but it's not.
If you,
my brothers, hold on. 845, you did it? 845?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, come in, brother Kwame. Come in. So we have
Greetings to everybody.
Two Kwame panel line. Come in, brother Kwame.
Right. Can I put another angle on what people have been talking? Yeah, saying. Right. When Obama came to power in 2008, there was shortly what they call a financial crisis. Yeah. So Obama couldn't do anything for anybody.
There's 13 trillion worth of debt or something like that, isn't it?
Right. Everything was concentrated on paying, not the banks. Yeah. So because people wasn't able to start business back then, they can't say Trump did this for us. Right? Obviously, the financial situation has eased since Trump came in, and people is able to start their business. So people shouldn't really put all that down to Trump, do things for them. You know what I'm saying? But
no, I don't think that's what that was intended, Brother Kwame.
That's the implication of what I'm hearing, that Trump did so much for black people.
No, Brother Kwame, you're mistaken. No, Brother Kwame, you're mixing. There was a chapter there, chapter 16, where a lot of companies were bailed out. It's not about the discretion to sort all these properties out. It's the Jewish people who are controlling the Bank of America. Who the president talk to when they tell them to cut? When they tell him to cash coffee, cash cough. When they tell them to do this, what Israeli has to do it. let's be careful what we're putting out there. No, it's not about...
Yeah, and we must be careful because Trump is an out-and-out racist. He's not going to do nothing for African people, right?
I know. Yes.
He said quite plainly that Africa is a shithole. So how the hell is he going to... Yeah?
What did Obama do for Africa? He said for both blow Somalians with drums. He used more drums to blow. He caused more problems.
I am just saying that Trump never done nothing for African people, right?
What did any American generally?
Let's get back to the other point I want to make as well. Is that for many years these Europeans have been rigging election in Africa and the Caribbean beyond. Yeah? And we got to look at the angle where Trump is screaming about our election is rigged. And how his people them is screaming how, so many votes were factored in and blah, 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 that shouldn't be there. So what we need to study is what is he claiming that this election is rigged? And if it's true, can we keep a close eye on when we have election in Africa to make sure that they don't rig our elections? You know what I'm saying? So we got to learn from what they're talking about election is rigged, because remember, when Baby Bush came to power, they did rig the election down there, stopping black people from voting. And Al Gore was going to take him to court. And Al Gore back off because of the embarrassment that would cost the United States. You know what I'm saying? And there has been videos on YouTube showing how they've been disenfranchising African people in the United States of their vote. And that is why Trump and the Republican Party has so many votes down south, gaining popularity down south, is because they are disenfranchising black African people.
Brother, could I just say something to what you just said there? The disputed election between George Bush Jr. and Al Gore was this Sunshine State of Florida, okay? And guess who was the governor? Who was the governor of Florida? The Bush, one of the Bush family's brother.
Right.
So it's possible that all right. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, he did calm down, but he could have disputed it even more and say, "Well, your brother helped you to win Florida." But he didn't either. So he like what? Anyway. Generally, all these American presidents, they're all the same. They use the same pen, beat people with the same stick. Those one of Irish descent from Kennedy, who they were smuggling, because the bear pigs were smuggling women into the White House. He was sponsoring the IRA. Reagan was sponsoring the IRA. Nixon was sponsoring the IRA to kill British people. So there you go. So they all got bad agenda, whether it's for African people or even European that look like themselves. So they generally, America has always been all their mottos, whether it's Trump, Obama, they're always looking inside. And the fact is their power is not outside America. Their power inside America itself. Most of their power is concentrated outside America.
We give thanks to hold on Ade. This show is sponsored by African Development Enterprise. 48 Riley and Peckham, Southeast 15 by 5BY. Best in t-shirt printing, in poster and printing, business cards, invitations, photographic pictorials for your weddings and gatherings. You can't have gatherings now because they might tell you say you can only have about 10 people at funeral now. So there's that whole scenario going on. I'll read out some text. Brother Kwaku, during the evenings Downing Street, briefing the medical expert alongside Boris, said that certain ethnic minorities had been targeted with the false anti-vaccine information, and they were gonna make sure that the correct information was received and certain ethnicities will be encouraged to get the vaccine. And this one's been this one reads, greetings, Quake and Prophet. This says it all a police officer taking a selfie at such a time. Can you imagine this happening with a black man? Apparently, I got a picture here where this policeman was taking a selfie. Yeah. With the people that invaded Capitol Hill.
That's where I saw it.
So that reinforces, because from when me say, yeah, and this is what, if black people in America don't wake up now and say that you're in a totalitarian society and only white people can demonstrate and get what they want with violence. Because that was violence as far as I was concerned.
Correct.
Yeah? That was violence in every sort of the word. Coming enough people to see them when I run on the black man. They're when I run on the black man, run him down, he might run up the stairs and pull a button.
That was humiliation, man.
You know?
Come in, Prophet.
Yeah, come in.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, rise up, my brother Carl. How are you, sir? Rise up, brother Carl.
Yes, rise up.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, this is that's what brother Carl said about the vaccines. I've been looking intently on this matter about this being mandatory. I said before, I stated before clearly, I don't think it'll be mandatory because they won't dare because that cause blood on the streets. But what they could do though is covertly suggest that take airlines or businesses that people they haven't been vaccinated not be given jobs. They could covertly do that behind the scenes. They could do that because they're that wicked and spiteful. But overtly saying that you must take it, no, they won't do that. They won't dare. That causes riots on the streets. But they could covertly, retrospectively, suggest to airlines that people that haven't taken their killer drug will not be able to fly. They could do that. You know, they could make these suggestions, especially black people, they'll be able to fly. I can see them doing that covertly. I can see them doing that.
I agree with what Brother Jeff just said. I think they've already said it to some extent because they know. So that. But what we've got to do ultimately, if that's the case, then we don't travel on the airlines. Then you know, and so on and so forth. But or we have to just make up our minds on principle that, well, okay, as I just described it a little while ago, wherever we are, because if it's mandatory here, then anybody coming in this country, if you haven't been vaccinated from wherever you're coming from, they won't allow you in. It's as simple as that. And of course, if you're going out and you have to be tested or whatever, whether it's tested here, you know, well, they would test you, or unless you have a certificate. So no one can come in, no one can go out unless they have the necessary vaccine. And that's how if anything, if they're going to force people to, that's the way they'll do it. But they can't hold people down and make them do it, because that, you know, everybody still have the right to self-defense. And if you believe that someone's going to do you harm, you're entitled to fight back, and so on. Even if it means you taking that person's life, you know, against them taking yours. So Brother Jeff is right. That's what they'll do. They'll do it through the back door, if at all they're going to do it. And people will just have to decide whether or not, okay, then we don't travel. Mm-hmm. And everybody don't travel, and then see if the airlines or whoever is going to stay in business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Come in, Brother Jeff. Go on.
Thank you, Prophet. But there is a way out of this. No, I can die, but Prophet, there's a way you can get around this, possibly. But say, for instance, they make, like Ryanair, for instance, will say that they won't make it a condition to fly on their planes if they've been vaccinated. So Ryanair, for instance, will come out and say that they may change in the future, but for now, they said that they will not make flying the planes a requisite of the vaccine. So that's good, but that could change. But what if you do? Say you've got emergency to drink, or someone's died in the family abroad and you need to see them straight away. Mm-hmm. You take a test, for instance, and come out positive, So a couple of days ago, and say to the airline, you want to pay more to fly the planes. To don't take them a jab. That's how you get around it. Money talks. So you can't get around it. You have to duck and dive and use your head. So you can't do things you get around it. But if they, you can use your head, take the test and say, I'm clear. Go fly the plane. I'm going to pay more than a premium. And I'll say, someone else will say. No one else will make them say no. Someone else will say yes. You can fly. You just look around. That's what you can do. That's one way around it, possibly. You have to duck and dive, use your head, box clever. The ways around it, bro. The ways around it, always, trust me.
Me have a text on the whatever. I'm putting face. It says here, we don't know already, Kwaku. The US was built on violence. We know. But the US is not their country. They are invaders, as people like Professor Ivan Van Sertima pointed out. Black people were in the USA before Whitey. Big up yourself, Natasha Green. Big up yourself every time. Well, we have to start organizing ourselves now, right? Because we've got a lot of opportunity as black people globally, not just in the United States of America, but wherever we are on the planet. And if we can find a way to seize all, if me get a little piece of money, me left on it, You understand me? Just like Sister Shanice gonna sit down in a eat, that me need some of that in my bone right now. You see?
You're right.
Yeah?
You're not the only one.
Were we aware that there's a new law? I think they brought some new laws now, where them can stop you and you wait a demonstration. Some new law come out,
On what grounds?
Well,
listen.
Undergrounds, them have the biggest gang.
because
touche.
Prophet, because Brother Jeff, because remember this lockdown right now, they have made it clear that there's only 4 reasons you are allowed outside our cells. Yeah, it is to exercise, essential shopping, healthcare, or if you're an essential worker. But other than those reasons, we are not supposed to be outside of our doors. So police can turn around. When they're in Parliament Square, they're saying to you, you need to go home now. You are not exercising. You're not doing essential shopping. You're not on healthcare. So go home now. Otherwise, you'll be arrested. That's what they're telling you. Or they might say, okay, or you'll be fined. That's how they're policing out there right now. So quite literally, on your way to if you're, let's say you were bold enough to say, I'm on my way to a protest, then they could just either arrest you there and then, or make sure that if you're going to that protest, you're not going to pass where they are. That's the laws, or those laws they have in place right now, and that's why nobody can gather anywhere at all now, and that's why our gathering on the 27th was so bold, because we did it despite what their rules were, and we were in tier 4 when we did that. And they didn't because of who we were and so on. They weren't able to come but they put out their falsity. Those who were there, Prophet, like yourself, know that we weren't no anti-lockdown protesters, and we know that they didn't come in and break up the thing. And right now, today is the 7th, coming into the 8th, means still no received no fine yet. Where they said that the organizer, only because I nominated myself and said, yeah, I'm the one who organized it, and they said, you realize you're going to be fined up to £10,000. Up to no, come through my door. And
to me, how does fining people these extraordinary amounts of money stop the virus from spreading?
Exactly. Exactly. So,
how does it stop the virus from spreading?
Their aim is as some people say, money making. You know.
Let me bring him. Is it Brother AC?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Go on, through, King.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Yeah. Greetings. Just Otep.
Okay.
Yeah. Otep.
What's up? Yeah. I've been calling for a very long time, and I've been listening keenly. And also, first and foremost, I must big up the management. Galaxy did a great job, and we really need this Galaxy at the time like now.
Give thanks, King.
Right. A few things I like to say actually. Anyway, big up Brother Cole. By the way, Brother Cole, I was one of your supporters at the court. So yeah, and I said I was there for a few days. Anyway, yeah, back to the situation. What we were talking about. I just a few reminders. Once you reach a certain age, and if you've been in this country a long time, like I do, finish your schooling in college year, and try to keep in good health. And I think I'm in good health. So anyway, just to remind people. First of all, let's go back a little bit. First of all, when you talk about democracy, and I think our people have been duped and fooled by this so-called democracy. Let's look at Obama. First of all, look at Mr. Obama. Then he invaded Libya, under the pretext and the pretense, right, that the people was rising and demonstrating, and he's not going to stand by and allow the Libyan government to kill his people, right? So he went in, bombed, and murdered over 60,000 African people, black people, dark-skinned people, European people, right? And nothing said. So when people talk about what Obama did, he should be tried. He should be put on trial because he went to Libya and murdered black people. African American, I never talk about that. What I do find with my African brothers, I love my African brothers and sisters, but at the same time, they never talk about. They're very insular in certain things when it comes on to international affairs, especially those who voted for the Democratic Party, right? They talk around everything and talk about their insular problem, but the problem facing African people is a worldwide problem. And so what we have got here, not only just a Pan-African organization, what we all just talk about is a world Pan-African organization. That's what we should be talking about, not just a Pan-African organization, because we have got the entire Western world against African people, and they form themselves as a world body. Right? That's one thing quickly.
Well,
right?
I think Brother AC, something good coming up. Them open up the trading doors, and that's a beginning. You understand me? We have to look at certain things and find some solace in that. You know them way there.
Yeah, I can. I looked at that as well because I do listen to. I watched you last night on YouTube with Sister Shanice, and you all done a great job last night, and I think it was quite political and it was quite informative. I just hope my people was watching last night because it was a brilliant presentation, right? So that was powerful actually. But another thing again, the present election. This is very important. The American government and the Western white power government applied vicious, illegal sanctions on a legal government of Zimbabwe, right? We must never forget that because you have got the media, the press, the racist anti-African press in America, BBC, right? They attacked Mr. Mugabe about the election and fraud. Can you imagine that? When you have 70% of the vote, voted for Mr. Mugabe. He won 142 out of 210 seats in 2013. Right? This is something that we should talk about. Very important, right? And the BBC, right, and every one of them, they was attacking Mr. Mugabe, and they apply illegal sanctions, try to destroy the country, right? These are important issues, understand? So, we can't just look at what taking place last night in Capitol Hill. And another thing, when somebody mentioned it, I was going to mention this, that one black sister, she had a little mishap, and she crashed her car around the White House. Murdered her.
Yeah.
Right? So last night you saw thousands of white people, redneck, pinky pale people, male and female. They went up there, right? And they carry on, and they climb and they carry on. And this sister only drove her car on into the barrier, Yeah. And they still murder her, right?
And the police were running away, sir. As I saw that, the police were allowed them to run in. The police allowed them, the backup allowed them to run into the tundra, what they call it, where they do their debating. I saw what you're talking about, sir. You're correct.
And that's right. The police allowed it, right? And also under Mr. Obama's government, right? He put out a bounty. I call it a bounty on, I think Sister Shakra, her name is, in Cuba, of $2 million. Can you imagine that? This is Mr. Obama with black. He's talking about what has he done. He has done nothing for African people. I'm not a Trump supporter either. We all know he's a redneck and a racist. So is this guy. So is this man who comes in right now. He's a redneck and a racist, right? He incarcerate thousands of black people, right? I watch a program whereby one young sister can be about more than 20. She get about 10, 15 years old, selling marijuana 3 times under the Bill under the Bill Clinton, Joe Obama, right? Law, right?
3 strikes.
So every one of them is anti-African, right? We are on our own, right? And the good thing about what's taking place right now in the world today, and if we don't want to learn, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going by Dr. Amos Wilson, and he said this, and quite a few sisters, one of the sisters and the Flying Nubian Queen, Sister Dillard, she remind people that we are living in the best of times. And people say, what are you talking about? I understand when Amos Wilson was talking about best of times, because we are living in a time, especially for young people, where we can see things clearly. The white man has taken off his jobs, and what you're seeing now is the iron fist, right? Right? And I lived through times, right, in the 70s, as a young man coming up, I used to go on demonstration, right? And I see what was happening in America, right? I was going to go to America in the 1970s. I was an electronic technician, right? And then the Vietnam War was on. If I'd gone there, maybe I wouldn't be here. I said, no, I'm not going to America. Some of my friends were running there. Some of them running there.
Well, who was sending you? Who was sending you?
No, well, my friend wanted me to come to America with them, right? As an engineer. And I said no, because a lot of them who went, and they went, they don't only go there as a technician, they draft the train army and get killed, right? So what I'm trying to say, I lived through some serious times, right? So therefore, we are living in a time where everything is on the table now. We can see everything quite clearly, right? African people, I got lots of confidence. I'm going to tell you that. I'm not in for doom and gloom. I got lots of confidence in my black people. I got lots of confidence in my young people. I've got total confidence. It's only a question of guidance and organizing. That's what I see affecting us, right? Guidance and organizing, right? And therefore, we can come out of this. In spite of the COVID, we understand the situation facing us right now in this country, right? We understand what the government is trying to do with propaganda, misinformation, disinformation. This is at our head every day, right? So therefore, like I said before, we must carry on organizing, and we must always look into history. And that's why I make a note of situation today, and I check back in history and try to make a comparison as to where we are today, right? And it's not as bad as it. Can you imagine what it was like, right? I just remind a youngster currently. He was about 22, and he was talking, and he was young, you don't understand. And I said to him not to worry about it too much. You have to be strong, because can you imagine his great-great-grandparents in the Caribbean, in America, right, working from 6 o'clock in the morning right back until 7 at night. And if you misbehave yourself, you have to work until 9 o'clock, right? And without pay. And you get beaten, right? And you get raped, right? Murder.
Man and woman.
They take away your little children.
You never see them again. Look how bad it is when you lose a sibling.
Right.
That you never know that you're gonna see them again. Them dead. Yeah? Well, you imagine how many mothers hold them belly and a ball when them children them was taken away.
Can you imagine it? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Eh? So therefore, what I'm trying to say, I have to remind my young people now that it's hard out there and things are going bad. But just remember, your foreparents been through worse than this, as far as I'm concerned.
100 times worse.
I'm concerned, right? Because I couldn't even take over my brothers and my sisters and my children, right? You watch a little 10-year-old girl being called upon by these pinky pale white men, big belly, ugly, ranking, smelly, pinky pale white men, and raping your little 10-year-old daughter. Can you imagine what it's like, right? And they can do it night after night, right? Just to remind my assimilated black people that what we've got in this country, what affected a lot of us too, is the assimilation. Our people have become so assimilated, it's a disgrace. Right? As far as I'm a disgrace, especially our sport.
No, well, I wouldn't. No. Listen, you have to remember, say, my brother, these people are our people in bondage, at least 2 millenniums. Our elder tells us, Chancellor Williams' ancestor tell us that is 6 millennium. But even with all of that, you have to remember we've been to their schools, their colleges, their universities, their advertisement, everything has been theirs. So somewhere along the line, it affects the psyche of the people. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say that, we were people, we were kidnapped people. We were in concentration camps. And in those concentration camps, we had to work the fields of those concentration camps. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of us got affected by what happened. And still today we're feeling that effect.
Yeah, I guess it's like a disease. You caught some sort of some disease on your way. I guess, cause you're got a point there, because I'm saying that still strongly, but I guess you're got a point. It's a disease because it's like, it's like, I'm going back a little bit for young people don't know, but like in the Vietnam War, I know I was a youngster during that time. And I remember listening to some American general, what have you, and I think it was one of them, anyway, they were talking about that when they're in Vietnam in 1970s, they're saying that what we're going to do, we're going to bomb Vietnam so much, he says, that nothing will go for 100 years. That was 1974, before they ran out of Vietnam. Right? He said nothing will go for 100 years. And, that means they bombed and they killed and they destroyed all the plants in the class they could find. And believe you me, he thought, they thought they were the creator of the planet. But within 35 years, after they sprayed this thing called yellow orange or it's the defoliant, right? After 35 years, guess what? Lot of plants survive. And you hear that they're flattened and burned. If you go there now, there's forest. So what I'm trying to say, when these people say they're going to kill the planet and kill off black people, no, it's not true, right? A lot of us will come out of it. I'm just going to leave it at that, right?
Give thanks for better.
We don't get downhearted, right? Don't get downhearted.
No. Listen, if it was downhearted, my family.
No, I'm talking about you brother. No, I'm not about the country people listening. I'm talking about the people who I see on the street every day and they look depressed, right? And I'm saying to them, don't get downhearted, right? Because this man is not going to kill off the planet.
No, man.
My brothers, listen.
Survivor.
My brothers, I'm going to give each of you a minute to land.
Anyway, I'm just leaving it at that.
Yeah, I'll give thanks. Was it Kwame?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you want to land?
Okay, so I'm going to land there by...
Yeah, open up your wheels and land.
Okay, yeah, so let's not get sidetracked by what's happening with Trump, right? That's for them. And for them. Let's do this, right? We need to concentrate what is going on here, right? And these people are planning these vaccinations. Don't take the vaccine, but we should even more so not allow them to make it mandatory. Because they make it mandatory, then that's it. That's game over, beloved. Game over. You become a full-time prisoner. And we ain't going to accept that, man. So we need to rise up, beloved. It's not the time now for Minnie Mouse. We need to be man. We need to be man, particularly the black man now. We need to rise up, black man. Take control of yourself. Take control of your wife. Take control of your children. Take control of your family. Stop being a pussycat, man. We need to stand up as black man, right? And not allow our people to become vaccinated, one, and not allow them to make it mandatory in our country so that you and I can't travel. So if you can't travel, we're prisoners. So I end there and give thanks and rise up all the time. Rise up.
Give thanks.
Yes.
Otep. Brother Carl, you want to land?
Yes, so rise up.
Hold on the Dr. Abdul and Brother Carl land, yeah?
No, Dr. Guan. Okay, so I was just going to say, well said the brother that spoke very passionately. The first time I hear him talk out so much, and that was coming from right down inside. And yes, same thing to Brother Kwame as ever. But yes, this is why, since they've been going on these protests in Parliament, I've been going out there with them. We should be going out there with them because they're not going to listen to us by ourselves, but they there's the saying, I keep repeating it, until those who are unaffected by injustice become as outrageous as those who are, nothing will change. So because they're outraged and they're out there fighting against any mandatory vaccine, we should be out.
All right, then, yeah, Brother Carl. Okay, Brother Carl. Just before you go, how many people was there today, roughly?
On you mean yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday, in total, probably about 500. Probably.
Not a bad turnout.
They made sure that the people know there was...
All right, Brother Carl, please.
There's a big one planned for this Saturday.
Okay, then. All right, then. Yeah. Give thanks, Brother Carl.
Yes, I'm going to stay on the line because anyway, I've got you on the Facebook, so I've got...
All right, then. Pick up yourself every time.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah, Voodoo
Prophet.
Yes, Doctor.
Rise up to the call of them, especially that last virgin they were called before Brother Carl. You understand? Because that's all we have to start to look at it, Make these European tribes kill off them one another. We should have poor libation that them do it every day. You understand?
Yeah.
The thing about it, we gone into this sympathy pattern. I hear some people come to me saying like a sympathy talk, but hey, you see what's happening today in Congress? The backside, you burn it down. You understand, And I'm telling you, you soon see it's soon happen in Parliament,
No, they won't get that close to Parliament.
No, I'm telling you, you just listen to the argument. From the strength of an argument, bring other thing blood. You listen You listen how them man they are talking, You them man not talk, don't you understand? So then soon start, because them been fighting them one year then. What do you think Brexit is?
Well, this is it.
It's a European tribal war, That we get caught up in a way black people I wonder if them fit in or them fit out. For them should I run for them blows not. You understand? Like how the Maroons them running at the hills, But we want to run into the suburb and integrate and think that this is it. You understand? But as you said, Kwaku, a millennium them have we, and some of us really get tired.
Yeah. I mean, the reality is this, I think people, when they hear us talk, they think that we're talking from a position of hate.
Yeah, no.
But we're talking from a position of history.
For real.
You understand? Our experience, our collective experience with these creatures who we've come into contact with. They're just warmongers.
That's all.
And what we went through over these centuries, these last 5 centuries, what we've been through with them, is excuse me for yawning. It's tantamount to they try to annihilate us.
That's it.
You understand me? 1,000. Especially when the Industrial Revolution started, when they never needed us now because of machines. You understand me? Yeah? And it's like now, they don't really need us now. You understand what I'm saying to you? What they need is what we have by divine right. They need our resources.
Prophet, what what they do to I and I doesn't even bother me no more. You know. What bother me right now is what we do to one another. That is what really, you know, because you can't stop someone from being aggressive whose nature is aggressive. No matter what you understand. It's like we are trying to reform the devil to rot the whole blood. Can't do that. And all we got to do is make sure that we don't bring that hurt and pain to one another, because even when you and your brethren have something, sometimes you don't even sleep well in the night, you know. You understand, you know? When you and your brethren or your sister and our family have something. So if we know that affects us, that means that can affect our development as a people. That's why we don't develop as a people, because we've been hurting one another. You don't see it, you know? Some people will say, yes, in certain situations be in our control, but those that we can control, let's avoid it, blood. Let's avoid it. You understand? But as I said, you know, the Congress is on fire. Although we don't see the smoke.
Well, we watched the space in it, because there was a senator woman came up, made a statement and said they want to run him out of office.
Yeah.
You know, because I think what it is shame for them, innit? Like the whole world see this, innit? Wait, this is United States.
No, Virgin. Remember, them did stab up Caesar in a parliament, you know.
In the Senate, yeah, in the Senate, innit?
Brutus.
You understand? Like that. You know.
All right, listen, gentlemen. No, my apologies, African men. Yeah, but everybody land now, so I can go on my yard in the car. I'm tired.
Voodoo, my brethren. Voodoo all the time.
Yeah, voodoo every time.
Voodoo.
And voodoo up to Sister Madge tuning in. Brother Jeff?
Yes, sir. I'll keep it short, brethren. Yeah. Thank you for giving me the chance to talk on your platform, Prophet. Was appreciated. Yeah, but what Brother Carl said also, this is echo what he said about making alliances. See, brethren, because people are too, people like you and I and Carl and Abby and Kwaku, we're minority. People that have got a backbone to see what's going on. Our people, majority of people aren't awake. We have to make alliances because for the time being, because up that march and Saturday, I'm going to be there because this is about humanity being enslaved. So I'm going to be on the Saturday on the march, wherever it is, because I'm going to show my face because you've got to fight, because they're there after all of us. But I'm still a Pan-Africanist, but for the time being, you have to box together and make alliances because many of our people don't want to wake up. So if they don't take action, let them take it. Let them take it. That's what I say. But for Prophet, Nigam,
give thanks, Brother Jeff.
I'll see you down. Thank you. I'll see you down the line. Take care.
All right, okay. And Brother Kwame.
Yeah.
Are you on land?
Do I want land? All right, I keep it long, yeah?
No. You flipping keep it short, yes, sir. Come on, guy, man. Yeah. Yeah, right. You're not for your bed. Lie down, cock up your foot. Could you give us a review on how your foot is? What's happening with your foot?
Someone have to keep the foot in us. So why you being there? Don't worry yourself. Yeah, we have to have a security guard.
So how's things getting on with your foot?
Well, it's coming on good. The swelling has gone down immensely, and it's the top of the foot is healed up, and the bottom is healed up. Just between the toes, we're on 10% or so need, healing. So everything is coming on good.
So what I'm saying, you never have to chop your foot off again.
Well, I didn't have to chop the toes off, then the foot, no.
Yeah, well,
at this moment in time.
Yeah, no. So we have to give thanks to the herbalists, them.
Well, one have to give thanks, One have to give thanks,
If we rise them up, alkaline, hold up yourself every time. Because believe me did worry about your foot, my brother. May I tell you God truth.
More than I was, eh?
More than you, because if that foot gone now, who am I going to come drive me around? Yeah, sir. Because I want you to get better quick, you know. Because I miss my chauffeur.
Alright.
Yeah, sir, me. So if anything happen to that now, you know, where me I go do? You know, see. All right, you want to say your last things and land Kwame so we can just.
Yeah, I think black people need to study the methods that they use, you know, to rig elections and ensure that, you know, we have the mechanism in place to prevent them from rigging election in our country, because you know what they call soft power, they don't have to come with the guns and the bombs. They just come, one, we know they use what they call their educational system in order to create soft power in our country. And part of that, their education system is rigging elections in our country. So, you know, we need to see, you know, study how they rig these elections and make sure that we can neutralize it whenever we have elections in our country.
Give thanks, my brother.
All right.
Okay.
Ride safe if you ride.
Yes. Okay.
All right, then query. As would say, Odabo.
Salafia. All right. Well, that's it, people. It's after midnight. I'm tired now. I want to go in my yard and go sleep. But I'm going to read out these last few WhatsApp. That's a picture. I told them don't send me those videos. I can't read the videos. Alltech Prophet. Everything is everything. The global events continue to demonstrate the links between all things. The rush on Capitol Hill only strengthens the global lockdown of protests and demonstrations. Recent C-19 laws and policies enabling criminalization and the rules change by the day. Any day now, them will also say they found the cause for COVID-19. It's the money, cryptocurrency, or whatever their current option of economy will reign supreme, squeezing those locked into pounds and pence, signaling another move to COVID. Anyhow, the talk and action of Umoja, Kujija Kule, Ujima, Ujama, etc. is the focus of 2021. We have so many examples of people making their collective moves. Love family. One, Amen Noah. Big up yourself, my brother Amen Noah. Love to know so you're tuning in, my brother. In political science, the term banana republic describes a political unstable country. This describes United States since the pale-faced interloper took over. And that's it, brothers and sisters, and family across the world. May the creating force of the universe, the omnipotent being, that which is greater than ourselves, was many names, Olodumarin, Kulokulu, Kwame Blafa Ashe, Mungo Amenra Ashe, and watch over you all. We give thanks that you tune in to Galaxy, that you support us, and you know, continue supporting us in every way. I'll be back here on Sunday morning from 10 a.m. to midday GMT. Right now, I'm going to put you over to the robot. See? But with that in mind, I would just love to leave you with this proverb by Dr. Abu and this last tune. Itepe ineke jea senebe. Long life, stability, and good health.
We don't give because we have much. We give because we know what it's like not to have. Our family, the Nubian family. Our family, the African family. Tune in to Prophet Kwaku on Galaxy Radio, the only debrainwashing station.